What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about another sci-fi horror creature feature film, Mesa of Lost Woman. Released June 17th, 1953, starring Jackie Coogan, Richard Travis, and Alan Nixon. Produced by Joy and Huck Jr. Directed by Ron Ormond. And he's also done films that you might have heard of, like If Footmen Tire You, What Will Horses Do? The Burning Hell, The Grim Reaper, The Believer's Heaven, weird things like that. This is a indie film from 1953. So basically the story is there's these guys and it starts off with like a conversation piece, and they have wind of these native women that are rare to see in like the Amazon and stuff like that, and they want to try to like get in touch with them. So the group of people put together like a little search party with like a millionaire and stuff like that, and they fly to this island. They try to find these indigenous women and stuff like that. But little did they know, there's a scientist that's already there working on them, injecting them with spider venom from this massive spider that looks cheesy, made of paper mache. And trying to make them more like superhuman strength and stuff like that. And so after the first half of the film is just them trying to figure out how they're going to get to this island, where it is, and who's going to help them and stuff like that. Once they get there, they come across these women. They're very like hostile and stuff, and it's very amusing and stuff the way they do. They get drunk the first night they're there, and then they basically go and they find the lair of these women and the scientists, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. They slowly catch on to what they're doing, and then the women turn on them and the scientists and stuff, and it's up to them to survive. And that it's a very interesting hour-long film. It's sort of like done in a mockumentary almost style, and with a lot of cheesy lines in it. Overall, it was amusing, but it does lack a lot of substance. The characters overall, most of them are interesting. The acting's pretty good, except for one guy who's like the rich guy, but he's a dummy, and the guy who played him could not act at all. And then there's like the spider that they're getting like the serum from and stuff like that. Looks like he's made out of paper mache and stuff. Most 50s B movies are like that though, which adds to the charm. But the humor in this film is really good and entertaining, and it just adds to that B movie feel to it. The premise is ridiculous. Apparently this was one of those types of films where the script was one thing, and then they threw in a whole pile of random other things, and it became this film. So, yeah. It's an interesting B movie from the 50s that I didn't even know existed, and it's interesting to find it, because you definitely would not see a premise like this, in any film today, mainly. It has almost like a Tomb Raider type feel to it for some of it, but then it goes into more like Indiana Jones sort of like feel, but tamed down to more like with like comedy and stuff. So overall, it's an amusing film. It is a little slow. There's some terrible acting and some really cheesy special effects and the most ridiculous storyline. So what can go wrong, right? Mesa of Lost Woman is a okay movie, I'd say, but it's definitely not top tier great films, one of those B movies from the 50s or anything like that. It was amusing to watch, but I'm not going to go out of my way to check it out anytime soon, in the next few months probably, at least. But yeah, overall this film was okay. Has a lot of flaws to it, but overall I still had fun with it, and it definitely has one of the most weirdest, interesting premises that I've seen in a film, especially from the 50s era. So, I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 5. If you want to check it out, there's like a trailer or clips or whatever down below, so make sure you check those out if you're interested. Make sure you follow me on Instagram where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories, so make sure you follow me there. Also, I had the title of the film and a hashtag in the video clip. If you want to try to find it, guess what I'm watching, it's there. Also, I do put the subgenre of film in there too, so you're aware in case it's something that, if it's something you're not interested in, then yeah, you're aware of it. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Like this video, share it if you really want to. Comment down below your opinions of the film if you've seen it. And did you find it as weird as I did, or did you absolutely love it? I'd love to hear what your thoughts on it. Also, if you have any films you want to hear my opinions on in the future, any film at all, it doesn't matter which subgenre or whatever, make sure you comment those down below too. I'll try my best to go to them as soon as I can. And also make sure you subscribe, because you never really know what I'm going to talk about next. So yeah, that's it for this. Mesa of Lost Woman was okay, but interesting all at the same time. So yeah, till the next review, cheers.